Proverbs 16, I decided to stop at verse 7. It's still September 25th, 2025. I'm going to keep going, okay? I just didn't want to have a super long video. So here we go. Verse 8. We left off at verse 7, which said, when a man's ways please the Lord, he makes who makes God? He makes his enemies at peace with him. So he forces Satan's army to stop being allowed to beat you up. That's for me. I never said that before, but that's really cool. Like right now, I'm believing for that personally. In my personal life, I am believing that my King, my Lord, my Master, Jehovah, the maker of heaven and earth, heaven is his throne, the earth is his footstool, that same God is putting a noose and straps on the guys who've been allowed to beat me up many times in my life, because I don't want to get into it. But I just know that I've been attacked spiritually, but God uses those attacks to train us. It's like, I call it like the rope-a-dope or the sparring partners. You know, if you want to be a world champion boxer, you need to be able to beat every type of fighter that comes your way. You want to be a great, faith-filled man that does good while you're alive, breathing his air. You got to have training with spiritual warfare from all kinds of attack. Mental attack, physical attack, business, finance, health, with your family, with your wife, with your community, with your family, your extended family, your parents even don't understand. All of this happens to people that God just says, hey, I see that person down there, or even in your mother's womb, like Jeremiah. God, he knew the Lord in his mother's womb. He knew the voice of God in his mother's womb. He became one of the greatest prophets that ever lived, ever walked on the face of the earth. So, if you're going to be that kind of person, not everybody's supposed to do those kind of hard things, but if you're going to be that, and I'm talking to those kind of people, because otherwise you're not going to care about what I'm saying. The words I say are for people that have a hard life in front of them because of a calling on their life. I am here to speak to those people with a high calling that are being tested by God, that have been set aside for service, that have to give it all away. They can't do whatever they feel like is fun. You know, they have to deprive themselves of fun and good times in rock and roll. Like, I lost my ability to play golf over the last year and a half, and that's something I enjoyed. It wasn't like rock and roll fun for me. It was my walk, but it was my pleasure, and I was good at it. But I lost it, and now I can barely hit a golf ball. It's amazing. I've had to deal with the fact that a very athletic person like myself is not good at something I used to be good at. Just because I played just a month ago and I couldn't barely hit the ball. I lost it, and I had to deal with that. But I did it in the way of what I'm doing right now, planning for this Tree of Life Farms. Okay, verse 8. Better is a little, this kind of testifies to the very point I just made. Better is a little with righteousness than vast revenues without justice. Is that not the world? We see people, J.P. Morgan Chase or pharmacia CEOs making billions. We see people like the guy, I forgot his name, runs Amazon. He's no good. He's got this horrible so-called wife that's a freaking prostitute, acting as a wife, sold her body, doesn't care what she puts on, wants people to look at her. Like, what they've done, guys, at Facebook, what they've done with social media, Google, what their backdoor plans are, to control and surveil the population, like China does. Better is a little with a righteous life, a simple little righteous life, than the people who run the world with vast revenues, because they have no justice. They don't call themselves out. They don't support the good. They support the bad. They support their company, their family tree. Whether they deserve it or not, they're going to promote their family. Better is a little with righteousness. Verse 9. A man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his step. This is one of my life proverbs. You plan your way, but you're waiting for God to direct your way. And if you have a hard assignment, you're gifted, you're talented, like my sons are all gifted and talented in sports. And they have potential dreams to do things with their body on an athletic field. But you need health. You need more strength sometimes. To develop your body has to get stronger and stronger because the level of competition keeps going up and up. You have to be in the right place, the right college, the right professional organization. You can plan your way, but the Lord directs your steps. And that's the best thing, because that means he loves you. That means he's your father. That means you're very personal to him. That means he redeemed you from the earth. That means you're one of his. That means you're in his hand. That means nothing can snatch you out of his hand. Take it to the bank. That's what it means to have the Lord direct your steps. Divination. Everywhere. Curses. The Jezebel magazine. Cursing Charlie Kirk. Divination is on the lips of a king. His mouth must not transgress in judgment. So when Obama says the things he says, and Hillary Clinton says the things that she says about people who love God, those who fear God, that's divination. What does it say? If they've transgressed, they're going to be judged. They're all going to be judged, guys. That's the theme. All these people that piss us off, they're all going to be judged. They don't stand a chance before the holy, bright lights of the living God, the creator of heaven and earth, where his throne is right above their head. And that's why they put you on a spinning ball, to make you think his throne's not above your head, but it's right there. Who brings more glory to the throne? Me or you, who believe that we live in a stupid spinning water ball, that the water somehow sticks to the bottom of the ball while it's spinning? Who's calling you out? Some little dude in a car with a Wake Forest shirt on. Calling you out. Scientists, smartest people in the world, calling you out. Honest weights and scales are the Lord's. All the weights in the bag are his work. There again, elections are about weights and measures, counting ballots. All that deception and lying and cheating that went on in 2020, God saw it all. It's all going to be adjudicated, and it has been adjudicated, but it will be publicly adjudicated along with January 6th. It's all coming. And when people in the main way that don't know all the ins and outs of what really happened on these in the election and on January 6th, they're going to have to come to grips with the truth, and it's going to be really difficult. I don't know what they're going to do when they come to grips with the truth. It is abomination for kings to commit wickedness, for a throne is established in righteousness. If Donald Trump is truly acting in the best interest of America, then his throne will be established. It will last beyond his tenure as president. That's a fact. Take it to the bank. And Obama and the Clintons and the Bushes and all these people, LBJ, that built these false constructs, like the crime bill in '64, LBJ, that Charlie Kirk said was terrible for the black folk. It made their lives miserable. It took the black man out of the home, which left the boys without a father. And they can't reckon with that, but God's reckoning with that. God is going to judge the Margaret Sangers of the world who increased abortions of black people. And they don't want to deal with it. And the government became the husband of the black woman, kept having baby, and now they put him in jail for stupid crimes, and then they released him during COVID to commit crime. Look, this is injustice at an epic level, what we've witnessed over the last 40 years. Since JFK, we've watched injustice on display by the CIA and our government and the world power brokers. right. And the UN, like Trump talking to them, they are a complete joke. The UN has no value, nor does NATO. It's over. God's going to judge these wicked people. They are not peacekeepers. They're warmongers. They love war. And God is going to judge these entities soon. Righteous lips are the delight of kings, and they love him who speaks what is right. A true king wants people to be honest with him. Donald Trump wants people to be honest with him about what's really going on. He doesn't want people to lie to him, as opposed to Obama, who was the engineer of lies during the whole Russia game. He was the one who sponsored it, protected it, built it. It's a house of lies, a house of cards that he built. And he will be dealt with publicly at some point. All of it, his birth certificate, the whole thing. God already knows. Guys, it's either Jonathan is just like a political guy. No, it's about justice. It's about seeing lies and deception and talking about it. That's what prophets do. That's what prophetic people do. That's what Jeremiah did. That's what Isaiah did. That's what all the prophets did. That's what John the Baptist did. When he called out Herod, Philip, the whole wife thing, he called it out, and that's why they cut his head off. Because he was bold and he was strong, just like Charlie Kirk was. Even toward Israel, what happened on October 6th? Why weren't they defending the land on that day? You see what I'm saying? That's a good question. It's an honest question, because is it just? Is it just to pull back the security measures to allow horror to happen and a war to ensue? If that happened, we don't know. It's just a question. And people who love righteousness are going to ask those questions. They don't care about politics, whether it was a right or a left idea. It's about justice. That's what we're fighting for, guys. That's what I care about. Justice. And the gospel and the kingdom and Jesus and the final hours of human history. It's going to be all about Jesus on his white horse and justice. I'm going to stop there. Part 2. Shalom.